I want to talk a little bit about the game Red Dead Redemption 2 for PC. It's like I said, it's one of those games that I've probably invested over 1,200 plus hours into. I absolutely love the game. I think it's there's something about it that's just completely different from other games. It's sense of realism. It's a world within a world, and that's one of the main reasons why I keep coming back to it time and time again, and why I've invested so much of my time and effort and energy into uh, something about Rockstar Games that really that they go that next level. It's games of the future, and like I was a big fan of GTA 5 prior to that, and then Red Dead, because it's more updated, it's more advanced. I think I got into it a lot more. Anyway, guys, look, I could go on about it for ages, but the main point of this video is to talk a little bit about the features, things that I would love to see included and added to the game. I've seen things that they could add within the game itself, and it's very, like, to me, it's just pretty basic and straightforward. It's common sense. It's like, why wouldn't this feature be added to the game? You know what I mean? Riding along, I find a bounty, or I find someone that has a bounty on them. I bring them in. We're coming into Strawberry here. I've got this bounty on my horse. I'm about to bring him in. Now, I would love to see, when you bring the person to jail, that person remains locked in that cell for X amount of time. They have to actually do a bit of time, legit time in game, to get out. They could possibly, depending on the circumstance of the crime, they could pay a bond to get out. Or I would love to see the option of trying to break that person out of jail. So let's say you're in a posse with someone, and one of your guys gets arrested and goes to jail, and he's sitting there in the cell, and he's doing his time, and obviously due to the crime he couldn't pay his bond out, or he didn't have enough money, or it's just not practical. He's got to do the time. He's got a long time to wait. I would love to see the ability to, the rest of your posse members to come into town and plan it out. So, for example, like the main story game, where you have to break Micah out of the Strawberry jail here. It's the same type of philosophy, where you can either put dynamite on the side of the wall, blow the wall. He escapes. You get on the horse. There's a big shootout. You escape, and you go back to camp, and blah blah blah. By doing that, you also put a bounty on yourself for trying to break that person out of jail. But just something like that, it's just a nice little concept like that. That would just really lighten the game. It would give you more things to do. It would be exciting. It'd be fun. I just think that would be a cool little feature that I would like to see added to the game. I think that'd be pretty cool. And there's like I said, there's consequences, and you end up putting more of a bounty on yourself, and then the law's looking for you more, and just shit like that. So that was just something that's come to mind that I think would be a pretty cool feature. Another feature that I would like to see, we're talking a little bit about the camp now, coming back to camp. Now, a lot of fans have requested in-game properties to buy, like ranches, and you could buy maybe a house or a mansion, or whatever, in Saint Denis or whatever. The ability to build the house would be a cool thing, instead of actually just buying a property outright. Maybe you have the option to buy properties outright, but I would also love to have the option to build a ranch, like, for example, in the main story, where you actually build your ranch at the end of the game there, with John Marston and all that type of stuff, and Uncle. That would be pretty cool. I would love to see that. That would be, and you'd actually have to go and get the materials, and you'd have to pay for it and then build it, and it takes time to do that. That would be really cool, a really cool feature. But if you haven't got the time or the patience, you could just buy a house outright and do it up, and the ability to do it up, like put stuff inside your house and do it the way you want. would be an awesome feature. Would be really cool. So, and then you could do jobs. If you own a ranch, you can do jobs and stuff. That'll give you something to do. You could even hire your posse members to help do jobs, and you pay them a small fee, like in GTA, where if they're in your CEO, they get a wage, a weekly wage or whatever. Just do something like that would be pretty cool. People could come to your house and visit your house, and you can do tours of the house, and you could show off your stuff, and you could play, you could play games in your house, like dominoes or blackjack, or to kill the time. Just little things like that they need to add. Even if they don't yet, just do up the camp at least. Like, add more stuff to the camp. Add a table where you can actually play dominoes or blackjack, with your posse members. Have a table set up, and then you're in your posse. Let's say you're bored one day and you're having a beer or you're having some stew, and then you want to sit down and you want to do something. You could go to the table, sit down, and you could play a game of dominoes or blackjack or something like that. That would be pretty cool. That'd be a cool little feature, I reckon. I would love to see added. Just add more customization to the camp, like in the main story. What else? Just running everything through my head. But yeah, just little things like that. Another little offset thing that I just don't know why it's not in the game, but I would love to see added to the game is, I play the game a lot with friends, and one of the things that we do is help each other out with our trade. So we go and hunt animals, and we get the hunting wagon out, and for some unknown reason, posse members could kill an animal, drag it, bring it back to your wagon, and they can't stow the animal on the back of your wagon. I don't know why that's not a thing added to the game. That should be added. It's really annoying that when someone, you're helping one another out, and you're on the wagon, and your mate's shooting animals, and you're shooting animals, and you drive there, and he's got it thrown over his shoulder, and wants to throw it in your back of your wagon, and he can't, and he's got to end up throwing it on the ground, and you've got to get off the wagon, go grab the animal, and then stow it yourself. Like, it's stupid. Why can't posse members stow animals on the back of your wagon? Why isn't that the case? That's a simple thing, straightforward thing that should be added, I think, to the game. That should be standard. Otherwise, it makes no sense. You know what I mean? There's no point helping. Little things like that. Like, that's just something that needs to be fixed and added and done. It should have been done ages ago, but it hasn't. I don't know the reason why, but anyway, I'll move on. But I'm hoping Rockstar really listened to this feedback and work on it, make changes, keep the game alive, make it better. It's a great game. It's got so much potential, hidden potential, but it's just been wasted at the moment. And I think a lot of people can agree with me on that. So another thing that I wanted to talk about was another thing I would love to see added, and it's in the actual main story. It's in the actual main campaign, the story mode, but it's not in multiplayer, is the wash houses, the bath houses in Valentine. Like, why isn't that a thing? Like, if you get dirty, and we do get dirty, like you might have a brawl, or you end up getting mud all over you and all that type of shit, and eventually it disappears over time, or you can go wash yourself in a river somewhere or whatever. But why isn't there a simple option? Just add it. It's simple. It's there. It's already done. Just add it. Go to you're riding into town. You park. You hitch your horse. You get off your horse. You walk into the hotel, motel, whatever you want to call it. Walk down the back to the bath house as you go in, and it cuts to a bit of a interactive cutscene or whatever. Make it like the single player, the main campaign, like where you go in, you can have a bath for a certain, pay a bit of money, have a good wash, come out all clean, all nice. Just something simple like that. It's easy, add it. It's already there, done. Just something else to do, simple. And then after that, maybe you just you just want to have a bit of a break from camp, and you want to chill and do what the main story, like the main campaign, the main story. Just go upstairs, rent a room for the night, change up your approach, make it stimulate, make it a bit different. Actually hire a room for the night or for a few days instead of going back to camp. Maybe you're on business somewhere and you can't get back to camp too quick, and you thought, oh shit, I'll just spend a few nights in Valentine or whatever, and go into a room, hire a room, sleep. Simple. It's already there. It's in the main campaign, the main story. Why isn't this stuff added into the multiplayer? It's all there, done. Just add it, implement it. Simple. It could be easy. Just little things like this to help stimulate the game. Make the game, give it a sense of like there's fucking more to do. You know what I mean? They've done most of the work. That's the thing that blows me mind is they've really made a masterpiece of a main story campaign game, and why isn't that not implemented into multiplayer? I'm fucked if I know the logic behind it. I don't know if it's because of logistical reasons or it's just hard to implement, or I don't know, but work on it. It's there, it's done. Another idea was you're coming out of the motel hotel in Valentine, and you walk around the corner and you see the big major hanging platform that they use for public executions. Why can't we see more? We're just starting to see it a little bit now. Like sometimes you'll ride into, let's say, I don't know, Annesburg or something like that. You're riding into Annesburg, and all of a sudden you see like a little what do you call it? Like an event where you see two people are about to do a shootout. These little displays. Why can't we see a public hanging once in a while, like the main game? Like we come into town and some person's going to get executed for a crime, and we can just sit there and watch it. It's something cool. Keep the game stimulating and interesting, and make it feel like it's alive. So it's not just people in the world. NPCs react to one another and blah blah blah. It'd be awesome. I reckon it'd be really cool little feature to go and see. Another thing, then all of a sudden you cross over the road and you feel like you want to go to the picture theatre, the cinema, the flick show, whatever you want to call it. You just head across the road, you see the tent there, you order a ticket, you go up to the bloke, you order a ticket, you go inside, you sit down and you watch a little movie, a little flick, for a couple of minutes, and then you leave and you go home and get on your horse and do whatever, go back to camp, whatever. Just something like that. Keep the game stimulating, make it interesting, make it entertaining. Make it feel like you there's something to do, or always something to do, and then that would get the fans off your back. They wouldn't be complaining as much that there's nothing to do, because you've added a lot of the single player content could be added into the multiplayer, and I don't know the reason why it's not. It should be there from day dot. It should be straightforward. Just even if you just do it over time, but just keep adding, keep doing stuff. You add a shit ton of stuff like that to the game, that's going to give the game another couple of years worth of life, and then you can be focusing on other things. It's just common sense, really, So, anyway, I'll move on, guys. Another thing was to continue the main multiplayer storyline, the story missions. The game is not finished yet. It's left us on a cliffhanger. It's probably about half of it or 3/4 of the way there, and yet it just stops. It just ends. Once you do that last mission in Blackwater, the shootout, where you kill Amos Lansing in the main street, and you end up getting the documents, and then bringing Mrs. Leclerc and Hawley to safety. And then she basically states at the end of the cinematic, that there's still work to be done. They need to clear their names. They need to, kill the other person that was involved, the female. I would love to see the story continue. I would love to see it finished. It just kind of, they got to a point and they just stopped. They ran out of time. They just ended it there. And I I want to see the rest of it. I want to see how the story concludes, how it ends, and I want to see more added. You know, because those story missions are amazing. They're really good. They're entertaining. They're stimulating. There's something to do. I always do story missions on call. Every time I enter the game, I do a few story missions on call. I love them. They're great. And I think the rest of the community will agree, the fans, the public will agree that they would love to see it finished. They would love to see a conclusion to this story. They want to see, you know, they want to know what happens. And I do. So finish it and, you know, just end it. Do what you need to do to get it done. You know, this game's been out for, I don't know, but a long time. You know, like, this game has really been neglected. They've really neglected it. They've been focusing probably more attention on other aspects of the game, but they need to work on this game. It's their latest release. They should let GTA. I know it makes some money and stuff like that, but you're beating a dead horse. The game's 13 years old or whatever. It's been out for a long time. It's fucking old. It's move on. You know, we're focusing on the future here, not the past. And they need to be focusing on their latest release, I think. And Red Dead has just as much chance of being successful and profitable if they spend the time on it. They need to put the same amount of effort and energy that they're doing into GTA 5, into the game. And it will, because people love Red Dead. I love Red Dead. There's a lot of people that play Red Dead. You know, probably more people that play GTA at the moment because there's more shit to do. But the game itself, Red Dead, it's an amazing game. It's a beautiful polished game, and I don't know why it's been neglected like this, and it fucking sucks. It really does. That we're heading down this direction. It's wrong. You know, it's fucked. And I wish that they would really focus on it, and you know, just let it. It just angers me. It does. It's so annoying. Because it's just common sense. And it's just, I don't know. They don't see the vision or some shit. I don't know if all they're seeing is dollar signs or not. But fuck, like, come on, get with the future. You know, stop worrying about the past. You know, focus on your most updated title. You know, and make it the best it can be, you know, and use it as a blueprint for your future games, you know what I mean? So stop worrying about the past and get on with the future and make sure the game's amazing. You know, I don't know why they're not doing it. It's just fucking common sense. It's just practical to do that. And it could have just as much chance. The more they put into it, people will go and buy gold bars if they love the game too much. You know, it could profit, but they don't care. Because this must be too hard. They're just focusing on what's easy. GTA makes good money with shark cards, and they're probably focusing on that. And it's just so annoying. I love this game, and it's just been neglected and abused, and it's fucking sad because people have given. They're still playing it, but you're breaking them down bit by bit. You're breaking their hearts, and that should be your main focus anyway. That's my point. I really do believe that. And yeah, but anyway, but it's just annoying. It's frustrating because it's an amazing game. It really is. It's a beautiful game. But anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I don't know if train. Oh yeah, that's right. Train robberies. The ability to see a random train, and why can't we go and rob it? You know, like the single player. We go in, you see. It's a passenger car. There's people sitting down. You can go through, rob each one. Why isn't that a thing? Why can't we see that? Like, why isn't that added? That'd be like just random train events, you know, where we're riding along, next to a train icon pops up, you know, and it gives you the ability to rob it. Like, that'd be fucking awesome. And then you got to worry about other posses seeing the same thing, and then, you know, get into a big shootout, and it's whoever gets the profit, you know, that type of shit would be awesome. That'd be amazing. Heists. Why aren't heists a thing? Bank robberies. Like, why isn't that a thing? I know that's going to take time, so I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt because that's going to take a long time to implement. But fuck, I said, like, I'm coming into roads, and I park my horse, and I can walk into the bank. I can scout it out. use the information that I've got to formulate a plan with my posse members. And then we decide, okay, we're going to strike. We're going to wait for tomorrow and we're going to strike. And then we go into roads. We find a way in. We can blast through the back. We can do whatever. We can knock the guards out. We can go in, steal all the shit, whatever. Escape. There's a big shootout. We escape. We get away with the loot. And everyone becomes rich. And that would be amazing. That would be really good. And then after that, what happens is you accumulate a bounty. And the more bounty you get, as a posse or an individual, the harder, you got to find ways of clearing it and, and shit like that. And it just gives the whole idea of fucking outlaws and people that are like law, doing the law and stuff, fighting for the law and that, it just give a reason, to I don't know, it's just, fuck, I can go on it forever, guys, but I'm just trying to run through some more things. What else have we got? Just bear with me. I think that's about it, guys. I don't know, there's plenty of shit they could add. There's tons of stuff they can add to this game, but that's just some of it anyway. I hope I haven't missed anything. What else? That's about it, I think. But anyway, guys, look, I just wanted to do this video. I believe it's very important that I get my point of view out there, and I'm hoping that Rockstar listen and pick it up and really listen to what the people want and start adding some of this shit. Start adding some of this stuff to the game. Keep the game alive, because it's got so much potential and it's just been wasted at the moment. It's a real shame. But that's about it, guys, I think. But I really wanted to say what I needed to say, and I did, and I'm happy. But anyway, what are your guys' thoughts? Leave some comments if there's anything I've missed or added or whatever. If you like what you've seen, maybe consider subscribing or liking the video or whatever. That'd be awesome. That would really help out. But I really wanted to do this video, and I'm glad I did. But it's such a great game. It's a beautiful game. Very polished. And I think that's what I keep coming back to it. I just love it so much, and I don't want to see this game die. I just want to see more added, and I give it a new take on life. Give it some breath, some more energy. Let it flourish. But anyway, guys, I think that's about it. Take care, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time. Thank you. See you. Bye.